This is Beyond the Veil with Norman Meredith.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Veil with me, your host, Norman. In the background will be my co-host, producer, Ed, and he's still being the silent type tonight because of his teeth. So, tonight we're going to talk about Puerto Rico, the home of the Chupacabra. All right, a little bit about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is the birthplace of the El Chupacabra, arguably the most famous modern cryptid in the world. While the island's cryptozoology is dominated by this legendary goat sucker, it is deeply intertwined with the history of livestock mutilations, bat-like humanoid sightings, and local lore. All right, the El Chupacabra, the goat sucker. The first sighting happened in March 1995 in the town of Canovanes. Description: unlike the hairless, mangy coyotes, thank you, somebody's got it right, that later becomes synonymous with the name in the southwestern United States, the original Puerto Rican Chupacabra is described as a bipedal, roughly 3 to 5 foot tall, resembling a mix between a reptilian alien and a gargoyle. It is said to have a fish-like scales or grayish-green skin, a spiky crest along its back, large glowing eyes, and fangs. Lore: it's notorious for stalking farms, attacking livestock, chickens, goats, and cattle by leaving distinct puncture marks and entirely draining the animals of their blood. Cool. So how many pictures do I have of that? Or was it just a couple? Now here we go, our original Chupacabra. Yeah? And if any other one I got yet? Okay, that's something different. We're going to go on to that. Hold that there. We're going to move on to the next creature. And this sort of kind of makes sense here. And I'm going to tell you what I think's going on. We got the Chupacabra. We're going to come back to something here in a minute. The El Vampiro del Mocha, Vampire of Mocha. Time frame is 1975. Details: predating the Chupacabra, this localized legend swept the northwestern town of Mocha. Dozens of farm animals were found mysteriously killed and drained of blood, triggering panic and rumors of a flying, blood-sucking, bat-like creature. Many cryptozoologists consider this the precursor and the evolutionary ancestor of the 1990s Chupacabra. I think they're onto something here. And then the next creature, when I talk about it, could be part of it, and they became the hybrid, which brought up the Chupacabra. Now, this is the Chupacabra, but it's also been related with the vampire. So it's a crossover that it could be the vampire as well. Even though we have been using it as a Chupacabra, this came up under the vampire. Now, what have I got next here, Ed? Okay, that's the vampire, a large winged bat.
Then after that's the gargoyle statues.
Okay, next one we're going to do is these gargoyles, okay? The Barceloneta gargoyles. Time frame, August 2018. Reports of a winged bipedal beast reemerged in the northern coastal town of Barcelona. Locals report seeing a creature resembling a gargoyle that gave off a strong sulfur smell, characterized heavily tied to historic Chupacabra sightings. Okay, we're getting somewhere. The Chupacabra, literally goat sucker in Spanish, is a legendary cryptid from the Americas, famously blamed for attacking livestock like goats and sheep and draining of their blood. The legend first emerged in Puerto Rico in 1955 and has since generated sightings across Latin America, southwestern United States. All right, now going down a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, that was it. Okay, so hold on, let me go down here. Okay, here it is. The Lagargo de Barcelona is a famous Puerto Rican cryptid and urban legend centered in the town of Barcelona, described as a winged muscular creature that allegedly drains farm animals of their blood, is widely considered the island's modern-day equivalent to Chupacabra. Now, the legends and sightings. The description: eyewitness described this creature as a bipedal, bodybuilder-like beast, roughly 5 feet tall, with wings and spikes. Modus operandi: The creature is blamed for attacking local farm animals, primarily chickens like the chupacabra. Attacks allegedly happen in night or dawn, with victims found drained of blood and marked by the mysterious holes in their necks. The hysteria, news and rumors of this creature have gone viral, periodically even causing a group of locals to organize a community hunt to set cages and to trap the beast in the mountain areas. Skepticism, misidentification. While sightings and theories run wild, experts and skeptics suggest that gargoyle is most likely an ordinary animal, such as a large bat, a mongoose, or even a feral dog. Vulture sightings. Some researchers suspect that many of these supposed winged monsters seen in the air are actually just large birds of prey or vultures. Now, cultural impact. The legend has become a staple of Puerto Rican folklore, inspiring everything from island stickers, horror in Puerto Rico collectibles, to viral internet memes. Fashion. You can find t-shirts, gargoyle paraphernalia, and whatnot. So, these three creatures are the mainstay of what goes on in Puerto Rico. You know, if you were to take the gargoyle creature and the vampire creature and were to somehow to blend their DNA, I think their love child is the chupacabra. This is what I think what you got. Somebody got to playing with genetics, or a gargoyle and a vampire got drunk on some fermented blood, and chupacabra was born. But you know, the two of them, with what they're doing, their quirks, I think this is the offspring is the chupacabra, is the follow up on it. That's my opinion. And this is where I think, because the looks, the skin color is very similar to the chupacabra, I think this is like the next generation of it. This is the evolved version of either the gargoyle or the bat, but I think it's more the evolved version of the gargoyle, is something has occurred that caused the next generation to occur as the chupacabra, and not the mangy coyote that has been talked about. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this part. We're going to leave it at that, because like I said, we still have some hot issues going on here in the studio. So yes, I apologize for being short and sweet, but hopefully in the next 2 weeks, our AC issues will be fixed. So folks, thank you for joining me tonight. And Ed, y'all have a good night. And signing off from Pickens.